I had a daughter when I was 18 years old. So I was a teen mom and just in the struggle. And so the name it came from lullabies. You know, we always think about those sweet, sweet and tender moments that we have. But as a single mom, you know, raising 18 years old, you know, and raising a daughter, there was a lot of the struggles. So you have those sweet and tender moments, and then you have the moments of struggle. And so that's kind of where the name stirred from, the Lullabies and Chaos. Listen, I know what it's like to, you know, not have a support system. I know what it's like to not have, you know, just somebody there to say, my needs need to be provided, you know, for. So when I saw that, I was just like, that's when it was birthed, that Lullabies and Chaos, like that moment. I was just like, wait, there is something in this. And I've always said, I never want to create and never wanted to create anything that does not outlive me. Like legacy and, you know, and I know there's things that, and it's hard, like having an organization and asking for people as a single mom, it's one of the hardest things because you're like, the embarrassment, you know, there's a vulnerability that comes with it. You don't want people to think that you are just asking for a hand out. So there's just so many different feelings and stuff that's attached to that. I think one of the most important things, there are organizations that are out here that are impacting young mothers, vulnerable mothers in ways that are just so beautiful. And those are the ones that we partner with. We partner with those organizations to make sure that we don't want to recreate the wheel or anything. So we have partnered with them, and we host a baby shower. And so that hand up is the celebratory part of that. These mothers, they're not just going to a closet to go get those essential needs, but that their dignity is being affirmed in their choice of, I'm gonna, you know, keep my baby and I'm gonna raise this child no matter what the hardship is, and I'm gonna get through this. And so we offer a celebration for that, you know, and so we provide the bells and whistles, you know, everything that the baby shower comes with. We do the balloon arches and all the food and get them something to wear, all of the gifts. They get all of the essential items that they need. So that's the hand up. We started with $0. Like, and I know some people, they start and they have, you know, funding and, but we started with $0, and it just started with a simple ask. Going back to what I was talking about, when I was saying it's hard to ask, you know, for something that you're passionate about. And, but I just remember, I had this thought that I'm asking for them. I'm asking for the vulnerable moms. And that just changed my perspective. And that just helped me. I just started asking anybody that I knew. And I was like, hey, this is what has been laid on my heart to start this organization. And so we started that, and through the donations, we initially started our very first baby shower. I think we may have had like 20 something people. One of our goals is to also have community people, you know, people within the community, even if they don't know, you know, the vulnerable mom, is that they come and support, you know, the mother that we are holding the shower for. And so it really makes a huge impact, because even though they don't know, they're like, this is a complete stranger, you know, but those girls, every single one of them, every girl that we have helped, every young woman that we have helped, the gratitude in their hearts, it brings me to tears. More. So fast forward, it wasn't until my daughter was 15 years old that I found an actual organization, a church. They were putting on a conference for single moms. And so I grew up in church and, you know, all of that stuff. And we always had community and everything, but I never had something like just set aside for single moms. And so I attended this conference back in 2015. It was called Overflow. And they had a conference for single mothers. And I was like, man. And then it opened up to so many different resources and things that they had. And I was like, if I had all of this stuff when I was, raising my daughter, a lot of things I think I would have kind of caught on to sooner. So anyway, 2015, that kind of happened, was exposed to that. And then I met a single mom. She had been abandoned by her husband, already had 4 children. I would love to have a team. So I would love to hire a staff, so that way we can, there's so much more that we can do, that we can start just looking more globally as to what we can do, because there's other people, a lot of people have reached out to me already in different cities, and they're like, hey, this is something that we would like to offer and we would like to do. So we would love to be able to have a budget, so that way we can say, and we don't have to be in every state, or, but hey, there's a few that we have that's in different states where we can say, hey, this is our contact, and then they can branch off, from there. So that's a huge goal.